even though she has a high play drive, I don't want to put my dog in a situation where I'm not able to focus on them. So if you're like having a party and like your back is turned, you're hosting, you could put her away.
Just because she can't.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean she should.
How are the walks going?
Really good.
Okay, walks going well.
Good. Are you so excited? I don't know where you thought you were going, but we're like, we're going for a ride, little butts.
Yeah. Any struggles within the last week?
No. Not really. She's been pretty doing like everything.
Is there anything specific we wanted to focus on today? Do you?
No. She's been so good at night. She doesn't fuss in her crate at all.
Yeah.
She's just been like in there. I'm like.
Yeah. She's doing really well in there.
I notice if I stay up later than her normal time, she'll just stare in there. Like,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Don't you potty on there. Oh, you're going to lay down? But she was squatting.
Well, we can work her around some distractions. I know,
that might be a thing.
Like around other dogs.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We'll start with just some downs. Down. And we'll kind of work up into duration and walking dogs past just to see how she feels about everything. Good girl. Okay. Did you have any snacks for her today?
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Come here. Down. Good. I was so proud of her in the Home Depot last session.
I wanted to go all this week, and I don't remember what day I went to bed Thursday. Our adopted family gifts. I stayed up late and wrapped like half of them. So I got to like number 50. I'm like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I'm like, I'm sick.
Yeah. Oh no.
And I got better in like 3 or 4 days. So we didn't go to the hospital.
Good.
But yesterday we walked a lot.
Okay. Come on. Yes. Down. Good. Good job, Uzu. Good girl. Glad to hear that walking's been good, and like it's just such a change that her crate, she's doing well in her crate at night. And
so that's like my best part is getting sleep.
Yes.
I'm not low tolerance, and I'll wake up and I'm like listening for her.
Yeah.
She's just sleeping.
Good girl. Good. Okay. Uzu, let's take your pretty leash off. We'll see if we can work our commands without any leash. Down. Good.
And I had a lot of like garage trips to my car to the house, and I left her like unattached to me outside.
Yeah.
And she stayed in the driveway.
Nice.
She just sat there and watched.
Good.
Old Uzo would have ran to the next county.
Yeah. With all that energy and those springy little legs. Good. Okay. Uzu. Down. Good. That's a distraction. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Oh, that's filled with water. Good. Okay. Come on, girl. Come here. Yes. Go get it. She said, I don't know if you're going to tell me another command.
I think she's always thinking.
Yeah. Come. Yes. Down. Good girl. Go ahead, Uzu. Hello. Yeah, you could set it on the desk here. The manager should be down in a minute. Okay. Uzu, come. Good. Her downs look really good. We'll start working on some recall. Come. Good. Hey, Kayla. The pizza's here. Okay. Oh, she's already behind me. She said, that was my house. Uzu, come. Yes, good. Come here, this way, yes. No, come. Good. Okay, go. Uzu, come. Good. Okay. We'll get some other dogs out and around her that she's able to listen through distractions, since she will be in a setting with other dogs. It'll be nice to just check it off our list. Good. Okay. Come. Yes. Okay. We'll let out a little dog right behind you. Not in there, girl. Yeah. Uzu, bed. Malo, bed. Good dogs. Good. Okay. Let her kind of get interested in him, and then I'll start giving her some commands like recall. We obviously want to let her engage in a healthy way with other dogs, but I don't want her to feel like she's forced to, and that she can move away freely if she's uncomfortable. So generally when there's dogs around, we kind of want to take ourselves out of it, where I don't want to be petting both dogs at the same time and cause conflict because of jealousy. Because we never know really how other people's dogs will respond. I'm sure she would be fine with that, and she's not inherently aggressive, but we want to take ourselves out of like the mix of it. I also obviously want to make sure toys are away and food is away, so there's nothing to fight over. Again, we'll let her get a little distracted here, and then we'll start with recall. She said, that's not my friend. I like the bigger dogs. You're not in any command right now.
Her tail doesn't stop.
I know. She's already anticipating what we're gonna do next. Uzu, come. Yes, good girl. And then I'll wait for her to settle. No, come. Good. Okay, so I can see that she's committed to the decision of staying with us and not just come and getting her treat or getting praise and then leaving again. Uzu, come. Good girl. Okay. Lots of friends here today. Come. Yes, good girl. Okay. Uzu, come. Good. You have a buddy with us this time, huh? Good girl. Yes, good. Okay.
Uzo, come.
Nice. Perfect. Yeah, and just like that, wait for her to stabilize so she's not moving around anymore, and then you can release.
Okay. Down. Okay, Uzo, come.
Good girl.
Okay.
Hi, Uzu. Hi, girl. Hello. Beautiful.
Uzo, come.
Nice. And she did a really good job of ignoring the dog that came over to smell her. But typically if she's in a down command or in like a bed stay, I'll try to get other dogs to stay away from her so she doesn't feel like she's forced into an interaction. So generally, like, obviously in this setting we want to push it a little bit and see what she does. And she did a really good job when he came over and she was like, I can't play right now, I'm in a down.
I'm busy.
Yes. So I always want her to feel the autonomy that if she's uncomfortable with a situation, that she can get up and walk away. So the best method of socializing her will be like just having no command. And then when you do have her in command, let's say her off limits time. So she's not confused between the two and it's not too hard for her.
What should I do now?
Yeah. Yeah. You can release. We can see if she's distracted by this dog coming in, and then if she is, you can release her.
Now?
Yeah.
Okay. Good girl. Okay.
And if she goes to smell him, we can get her.
Go play. Go play, little girl.
There you go. Nice. And you can call her to you.
Uzo, come. Uzo, come.
Beautiful.
Down.
Good girl.
Okay.
Look how polite you're being.
Show him his face. Oh, here comes his big puppy.
Lots of energy, just the same as Uzu.
Is he young also?
Yes, he's like just turned a year maybe.
Oh, he's just a baby.
So we'll let her get nice and distracted and have some playtime. Okay.
Hi.
Coop. She's a friend to all. And when we're in play like this, like if she is socializing, I try realistically not to like micromanage her, give her too many commands, but I do want to see that when I call her, we're able to turn off that play part of her brain. I wouldn't do it for like more than 15 minutes to an hour socializing.
Oh, you like they can just
Yes, yeah.
for that long and then shut it down?
Yes, yeah. So nobody's social battery gets drained and we start to get grumpy. Obviously, her social battery is very high, but other dogs might not have the same social battery.
Just gotta pick on the little dude.
Cooper. And whenever you're ready, you can call her to you and we'll see.
Come.
Beautiful. And it's okay that she got on the bed because you're right near the bed.
Good girl. Uzo, come.
And whenever you're ready, you can release her again.
Okay.
Cooper. Good. I wouldn't put her in a situation often where I put her in a command and another dog is like going up to her and like prodding her and picking at her. But if you need to use your commands, we absolutely want to see that she's not going to break the command when another dog comes up. We'll do our best to prevent it, but sometimes it's just natural, it happens.
I think she was like gets in a flight mode.
Yes.
I have to get away from them, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to.
Yeah. So we want her to have a trusting relationship with you that you're going to keep her safe. So again, it's not something that like the whole social, I'm going to call her to me, but I want to see like once or twice throughout that interaction, I'm trying to give her like a come command and trying to say, okay, play is done. We're going to put you in a command and you're going to settle down now. So we can have the best of both worlds where we're not overwhelming every dog, but she's also able to listen to commands and she doesn't just see things as like fun time. You can release her whenever you're ready.
Okay.
And whenever you're ready, you can call her to you.
Uzo, come.
Beautiful, big praise there. Good. And you can release her.
Okay.
Uzo, come here. Oh, hello. So obviously mimicking if somebody is saying hello to her and, oh, you're such a good girl. I still want her to be able to listen to you when you call her.
And then, yeah.
Hi. Hi. Oh,
Uzo, come.
beautiful. Good job, Uzu.
Okay, go play.
Oh.
Go.
Go get it. Go get it. Go get that toy. Go get that toy. Gee, there's so much going on over here. Good girl. Well, I think command-wise, everything looks pretty sharp and good. Any questions on any of the things we worked with around the other dogs?
No, actually, when I learned
Oh, sorry, baby.
Like usually people just like, oh, we're having a party, bring on your dog.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually realize that they need a timeout. Like
Yes.
if they are all having fun, sometimes I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. Like I don't want to talk to the same people all day.
Yes.
I'm going to the garage. I'm like,
Yeah.
like not gonna. She needs to break away and
Yes, yeah.
decompress her own little brain for a minute.
Yeah, and sometimes, like, even though she has a high play drive, I don't want to put my dog in a situation where I'm not able to focus on them. So if you're like having a party and like your back is turned, you're hosting, you could put her away if you feel like you can't watch
I
her.
wouldn't feel guilty about that
Yeah.
at all because she can't, just because she can't
Yeah.
all day doesn't mean she should.
Yes, yeah.
What's going on with this guy?
Nothing really. It's kind of just, I wanted to touch base and make sure I was doing things okay, like
Sure.
he was doing okay. Just because,
Has there been anything in particular you've noticed that he's been struggling with?
honestly, not really. Like he seems to be how he was before. I think it's more so of me kind of like, I am still very like hesitant to do the higher like levels.
Yeah.
Just because when he cries, I feel bad.
Sure.
I think it's also like me just kind of being more firm in the
Yeah.
training. But like when I would walk with him and he would break out of his, come command, or he would go past me and I correct him, he would correct himself and like
Yeah.
check back. But I mean, honestly, he seems to be doing okay. He does try to push it, like especially with the crate. When I open the door, he does want to walk out, so I do correct it and stuff like that. But I just wanted to, I don't know. I guess he's fine. So I guess.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I got it.
I just didn't want it, especially at my dad's. I was just afraid that he would lose what he learned.
Luckily, training, I would say, is very infrequently like a use it or lose it. Like once they know what's expected of them, they know what's expected of them. The only thing that would ever slide is if the accountability has not been there for a while. Sometimes it takes a couple days of like getting them back in the groove of like, oh yeah, that boundary is there again, or whatever it may be. So, so yeah, we'll definitely do that. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and we'll start with some walking here. So why don't you grab your leash, we'll take him outside. I want to take a peek at that first, see if there's any glaring problems with it, and then we'll progress to something else. Yeah, go ahead and lead the way.
That's the part that gets me.
Sure.
I'm always just like sad about it, but I
Yeah.
remember like.
Well, listen, I always say the goal is not that he's yipping and yelping every time we hit the button, but also the goal is that we shouldn't have to correct him much, you know?
Right.
So every dog's a little different as far as what they're motivated by. Usually what I say is I find a level that I can see very clearly he feels. I could see that he's quickly trying to figure out how to fix himself. And whether that winds up being that he just gives a little twitch, or whether that winds up that he's vocalizing a little bit, or whatever it may be, that's kind of contingent on what he's motivated by. So I don't use it as a barometer of if I'm going to go up or down. I just ask myself how much it seems like he cared about it. So,
Gotcha.
but like I said, we really should see a big reduction in the amount that you're needing to correct, like in the first place. So, like right now, after that correction, he's obviously significantly more focused on you, which is the goal. So, I think sometimes what happens is, you know, that clearly was motivating. He's clearly walking nicely now, but having a couple of minutes and like 5 or 6 corrections leading up to it that he didn't really care about keeps them programmed to, like, every time we start a new training session, need all those corrections again. Where I try to encourage people to start beginning at that more motivating level. That way, right off the rip, the very first correction you need to give, you get it under control, and then you have him more focused on you, and then you finally get past it. This looks good though. How's he been with like seeing other dogs and people on the walks?
He's been really good. I have noticed, I have noticed that with dogs, he
Yep.
is still kind of hyper-focused, but he doesn't.
Stays with you.
He stays with me, and I always correct him if he does
Yep.
break it. We did have a situation yesterday where the neighbor's dog kind of slipped out past her
Sure.
and went up to him, and I had to remember, like, don't pull him away.
Yeah.
You know? Just, he's on a leash. I don't want to cause any issues, so I just kind of cranked up my correction and just, let it happen. And he just sniffed a butt, and they went on their way. So,
Oh, great.
Yeah, it was really good.
I mean, we'll keep going straight. That's exactly how you would want to handle that. So that's perfect. I'm glad that
I had to
you remembered your training, you know?
Yes.
Because that's the hardest part, right?
Yeah.
In that moment, it's like that's the make or break if you're either going to trigger an issue or it's going to go fine, right?
I just remember how he was in the past.
Yeah,
So in my brain, I was like, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
No.
Nice. That's good, actually. Yeah.
So far, he's been doing really well.
Good.
He does love people. He's been a lot more friendly.
Good.
So yeah, it's been great.
Good. Just based on everything you're saying and just watching these first couple minutes, you're enforcing everything great. Like your timing is on it. You're correcting in all of the right spots. You're saying and doing all of the right things. So really, if you are having any sort of regression in your training at this point, it is just getting past that emotional of just keeping the level higher, you know?
Gotcha.
Because it's always one or the other. I always say, a high level without consistency with the correction is useless. It doesn't get you anywhere. Where same deal, the consistency and good timing without the motivation also gets you nowhere. So I like to make sure timing is good first. At that point, it's always an accountability issue. All right, so let's go right up over here. And then you can go ahead and come to a stop for a second. Very good. And why don't you go ahead and we're going to start off with, you're going to pop the leash off and then you're going to walk him, but you're going to enforce your heeling the same as how you were just enforcing it. And obviously you can, if you want to, have your level set a little higher than you normally would. And
You want to just walk in the field?
we're going to give a correction for that.
Come.
Oh my gosh.
I swear.
I know.
I don't know if he has like a second bladder, but
Yeah.
come.
A lot of it is he's just getting away with it right now, So especially after that one, let's say we run into that situation again and you correct him and he still keeps peeing, we're going to correct him again for it then at that point.
Gotcha. And then, so if he does that and I correct him again,
Yep.
and he doesn't like finish peeing, do I just walk him a little bit and then release him?
You absolutely can do that if you want to, but especially after he's now peed 2 times, like
Right.
pretty good, like we know he could hold it, like.
Right. Like, come on, buddy.
And by discouraging some of the consistent marking like that, you'll actually teach him to like empty his whole bladder at once when he needs to. So
Gotcha. That would be very nice. 'Cause, yeah, could definitely hold it. Good boy.
And what level are you at out of curiosity?
I'm at 85.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it seems perfect right now, level-wise. So I would use that. I mean, I don't know what you generally start at when you go out and about, but
I'm ashamed, but I do 35.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I really could not see a reason why you would ever start any lower than like 65 or so at this point.
Gotcha.
That's going to be a big turning point is if you start just starting in that range, you'll notice the immediate compliancy will just get better and better as opposed to like a lot of people tell me it's like, 3 minutes or so of a little loose and then they get in the groove. You'll eliminate all of that. It'll be so much better.
Gotcha.
So kind of second key component with off-leash training is making sure that we have a very clear distinction between when we want him to stay focused and when we want him to be free, obviously. So go ahead and come to a stop. So obviously he's clearly in command right now. He's clearly staying with you. All is good. So usually before I'm going to go to release him, I come to a stop, make sure he realizes that he's still nice and focused on you. Then what you could do is you could tell him okay and walk off into this field and let him sniff around a little bit.
Okay.
And now at this point, he's free to do whatever he wants to do. So you can kind of just casually stroll around. There you go.
Down.
There you go. So I'm really big on routines for stuff. So whether it's how we release a dog, whether it's how we literally go pick up poop, I try to have a consistent thing I do every time. So,
Gotcha.
especially a situation like this where we are off leash, we are going to be distracted momentarily. It's always a good idea to get your dog situated into some sort of position. And I do this even when my dogs are on leash. If I'm out, one of them goes to the bathroom, I'll put him in a down, pick it up, dispose of it, and then release him again.
Gotcha. I do typically put him in the tongue command,
Cool.
just so he's like with me, just because if I'm outside. I
Yeah, either or. Obviously, it serves the same purpose of we're giving him direction in that moment, obviously. So if you want, there's a can right there. You can toss it in. We could actually use this as a chance to work that downstay. It's the same deal. Obviously, we got some dogs coming by here, so what we'll do is we'll keep them in this down the whole time as they come by. Otter said, "What do you mean I used to be dog reactive?" He said, "I would never." Very good.
Good job.
Yeah, it looks awesome. We'll give them one more minute to get a little further, and then we'll release them again. All right, you can go and release them.
Okay.
Said, "Are you sure?"
All right.
Nice.
Go, 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 go.
This is good. And as I'm doing off-leash stuff, I kind of like to, have a mental barometer of, how fixated on me is he, how in tune is he with me versus how loose is he. And if he's like pretty fixated on you like he is right now, obviously, I'll do more free time, right? So I'll do quite a bit longer of letting him sniff around and interact and stuff. Where sometimes you'll take them out and they're just like ready to go, tearing around, doing their own thing, stuff like that. Where if I see that, generally I'll do a lot more control time. There we go.
Should I put him in a command since I'm picking it up?
Let's go ahead and do that, yep.
Down.
Just for consistency's sake. Much better. Look at that. You could try one more downstay here. Leave him here while you go. Pretty good. So why don't you from somewhere over there try a recall? Excellent.
crazy because like I know he went through the program and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen him, but it's still just like so crazy to like see how different he is.
Yeah.
Like he was always just, it was a big stress, you know, before the training how he was.
Yeah.
But now it's like I could just, he's like a normal dog. And
Yeah.
it's so nice.
Well, you know, he's quirky, but
Right,
okay.
right, but he can like enjoy
That-
his life and like he can do things that we couldn't do before. So it's just like,
Yeah, you know, and a part of it is because you've been so on top of things, right? You've maintained the training, obviously, and you also know what he needs. You know what he likes, you know what he doesn't like, and you know you don't put him in dumb situations, and like that's a part of owning a dog like this. Like all 4 of my dogs, they're very different. They all have different needs, and you know sometimes I think a lot of owners get a little too in their head about having this picture of what a perfect dog should look like, and it's just not real life of
Right.
what dogs are.
right.
And then they have a dog that fits outside of that mold, and they can't let go of that picture of the perfect dog that goes to every family function and socializes with every dog out on the street and this and that. Where as soon as you like recalibrate your expectations to being realistic to your dog and accepting that, oh, that is providing a good life for him still, even if I'm not doing all of those things, and it's really not that much of an inconvenience for me. It's like everything becomes easier, right? And then you could realize how much potential your dog has.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's just once that stress and that fear was gone.
Yeah.
It's like a whole new world.
Yeah, it's cool. No, he looks fantastic. I mean, he's really, like I said, the biggest thing I look for when people come in for these follow-ups is that their timing with everything looks good, which yours was fantastic, honestly. Your timing looked great. There was no adjustments I needed to have you make as far as that was concerned. I think you just need to just up the accountability a little bit more with him, and I think if you do that, you're going to really be off to the races with stuff.